Hi, thanks for watching Food with Len. Today I'm going to make a nice, quick, chunky salsa. And to do that I'm going to just use 2 tomatoes, some lemon juice, lime juice, part of an onion, and I've got a on the edge of life jalapeno, which I need to use up. I'm going to use a clove of garlic, maybe just a little less. I'm going to use some cilantro. I'm going to put a little oregano and some cayenne pepper in there. Now to get started, I'm going to try and get all this in one take, so I'm going to go with what's going to make the least amount of mess first. So I think that's going to be my onion. I'm just going to go ahead and put that in there. Pardon all the noise. My refrigerator just came on. Waves are slapping against the boat. It's just kind of really interesting time to make salsa. But this is really easy to make. You're going to love it. And after this, I'm going to go ahead and make my own tortilla chips, which will be in another video, or else this one would just be too long. So for my onion, I'm just going to go ahead and run down the middle like so. I've left the root on to hold everything together. And you just run across it one way like this. And then for your slicing, just as thin as you can possibly get it. I'm going to use about 1/4 of an onion because I'm not really making a whole lot here. You can double or triple this recipe if you like. What we're going to do is we're just going to put this, start out with the onion because it is the least messy of everything here probably. Just get rid of that, why not? That's all I need right there. And if you can, use a white onion, but if you have a yellow Spanish onion, that's fine too. Alright, now I'm just going to go ahead and address my what is this, clove of garlic. Okay, just smash it like so. Get all of the paper out of the way. Like so, into your little garbage bowl. It's good to have a bowl handy, that way you don't have to keep making trips to the trash can. And just gonna kind of run my knife through this, get all these extra little pieces of paper stuff out of the way. And you want this really, really finely mixed because you don't want to get a huge chunk of garlic. When you're biting into your salsa. If you happen to catch like a root end there, get rid of that. So you could also use that stuff that comes in a jar. I don't like using the stuff that comes in a jar. I'm just haven't ever been big on that. And that was a pretty good size clove. So I'm only going to use a little bit of that. I don't really want this garlic to be overwhelming to me. Then from there, let me deal with the jalapeno. I'm just going to slice the edges here. I don't think I'm going to use the whole thing. Definitely don't want the seeds. I don't really want to deal with the seeds, so I'm just going to go around it like so. And at that point, I can just kind of carve these out like so. Pretty nifty. And knock that end off. Give it a little slice down there. Alright, now I just put them sideways and just mince them up tiny. I don't really need this whole jalapeno either because I don't want mine, burning on both ends as it were. So, that big piece right there. And now I've got my onion, my jalapeno, and my garlic in there. Get a little sticky finger from the garlic, so let me just kind of clean that up a little bit. Alright, next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to zest this lime. If I can find my microplane. Ah, here we go. Yeah, it's very limited space that I have. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead and use some of this lime zest just because it's there, and why not? I'm going to use also some lime juice, but the lime zest really adds a good flavor to this. A little nice limey flavor. Man, you can smell that now. And it's smelling really good. So, I don't have a lot here, but you know, why not? Sure. A little bit of lime zest. Cut my lime. I'm gonna cut it off the center because I don't really need that much lime juice, and I don't really want to deal with getting the seeds in there. So I'm just gonna put some in here like so. Very quickly. Get rid of that. And I'm going to go ahead and cut up my cilantro before I do my tomatoes, because I know my tomatoes are just going to leave a bloody mess on the board. So I'm going to go up till I start getting to leaves and get rid of most of the stem here. Doesn't matter if you get a little bit of stem in there, that's fine. It tastes just like the cilantro, and it's not going to kill anything. So just get a nice little chop going, just little pieces, nothing crazy. All right, so we're all set with that, and just put that off into there. And now all I got left really on this side is my tomatoes. So that tomato's got a kind of an ugly edge. I'll be sure and cut that off when I do the stem. Okay. Know what that is, but that's not pretty. So I'm just going to take off this end here. I'm also going to take off this end while I'm at it. Awesome. And then it's just a matter of slicing them into little diced tomatoes. And let's see how that works out. Cool. Just about perfect. It's going to be a little chunkier in there, but you know, is what it is. On this one, I'm going to go ahead and do this because I think it did get a little thick in areas there. Now, if you do it like that, it's going to make it a little bit more difficult to manage. And this tomato is pretty ripe. Actually, that's the reason I decided to go salsa tonight anyway. It's because my tomatoes were getting near their bitter end. So was my jalapeno. Now, if you're planning this out, of course you want to use the freshest ingredients you can get your hands on. But if you don't have that, then there's always this. So, let's see, I got about room for just about one more tomato. This tomato looks a lot better than that last one. So, I think this one will cut up with some nice chunkiness in it. Just dice this up real quick. And if you didn't have fresh tomatoes, I suppose you could use diced tomatoes in a can. I'd just get rid of most of the juice in them. I've never tried it that way. I mean, I'm just thinking it can be done. Someone comment and let me know, you know, your thoughts on that and if you've tried it and how that turned out. And, you know, this is really simple. This is just about all the cutting and everything. And I'm doing this all live and in real time so you see just how long it takes. All right, tomatoes are diced. And we'll just put these into the bowl if they'll all fit, hopefully. Yep. Woohoo. All right. Now, all that's left is toss that up with some oregano and some cayenne. I'm just going to make sure that I can get it tossed. Cool. It's doing its thing just nicely. Also, you're going to want to put some salt in there. I'm using ground sea salt. Just a nice little grind of that. You could use kosher salt in a pinch, table salt. Now I'm just going to put a little bit of dry oregano in there. Probably about 1/8 of a teaspoon for this amount. Now you've seen what all I've used, so I mean if you want to make a bigger batch of it, then by all means just double or triple or quadruple the recipe. Now I'm just going to put just a little dusting of cayenne pepper on there as well. So from here, I just want to mix this up and put it in the fridge, cover it with some saran wrap, plastic wrap, whatever brand you use. And I'm just going to put it in the fridge and let it chill for about an hour. After it's chilled for about an hour, I'm going to taste it. And I want to taste it on a chip because my chips are salty. That way I'll know if there's enough salt in there and everything. You can taste it now. You could actually use it right now. Really good. Go light on the lemon though. It does taste pretty lemony to me. And I thought I was going light. So go really light on the, not the lemon, but the lime. Alright, let's just cover it up with some plastic wrap. If I can find that. Of course, my plastic wrap does not want to cooperate, of course, as usual. So, there we go. Get in there. Alright, in the fridge for 1 hour, and then we'll take a taste when it comes out. Now, for now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make my own tortilla chips. If you want to watch that video, there's a link down below. If you don't want to watch the video, just cut these corn tortillas so that they look like tortilla chips. I'm going to heat some oil to 350 degrees. You drop them in the hot oil and pull them out when they start to change color and get a little crunchy. Alright, I'll be right back with the finished product. Okay, it's been exactly 1 hour and I've taken my salsa, look at that, very pretty, out of the freezer, or it wasn't in the freezer, it was in the fridge. Taken my salsa out of the fridge, and in the meantime, I made some totally awesome tortilla chips. And I will link to that recipe right down below. So, now either you made my wonderful tortilla chips, or you're a sellout and you went and got something from the store. Either way, let's try our salsa. Yes, indeed. Now I want you to try that with the chips because I did add some salt to my chips, but I'm going to go with a little bit more salt in my case because my chips are not as salty as the store-bought stuff. So, I think this is what's going to do it for me. Alright, anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hope you make your own salsa, maybe your own chips as well. And if you do, just let me know how it turned out in the comments down below. And thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in another video.